In the early 2000s, one name stood at the center of global attention. Osama bin Laden, the man responsible for planning the September 11th attacks, the deadliest terrorist strike in American history. For nearly a decade, the United States searched across mountains, deserts, and hidden networks for the man who had evaded every attempt to capture him. But in 2011, the long hunt would finally come to an end, in an operation that changed modern warfare forever. This is the story of how the American military tracked, reached, and killed Osama bin Laden. After the 9/11 attacks, the U.S. launched a massive global effort to find bin Laden. Intelligence agencies, military teams, and counter-terror experts searched through Afghanistan and Pakistan, following every rumor and every shadow. For years, the world believed that bin Laden was hiding deep in mountains or caves. But behind the scenes, a small group of CIA analysts refused to give up. Their goal was simple but incredibly difficult: find the courier. Bin Laden never used phones or the internet. He lived in silence. But he still had to communicate with the outside world, and that communication depended on trusted couriers. In 2010, after nearly a decade of investigation, the CIA finally found a name, a courier who might be connected to bin Laden. From a single lead, the puzzle began to shift. The courier traveled carefully, avoiding attention, but one mistake changed everything. He made a trip to an unusual compound in the city of Abbottabad, Pakistan. The moment the CIA saw the structure, they realized something was different. High walls. No telephone lines. No internet. No open windows. And the building was larger than any home in the neighborhood. Something, or someone, important was inside. The Abbottabad compound didn't look like a typical hideout. It was located in a quiet residential area, only a short distance from a Pakistani military academy. That made the situation even more complicated. If bin Laden was there, the location offered him protection, not just from the U.S., but from anyone who might suspect the compound's importance. Months of surveillance followed. CIA drones flew high above. Agents built models of the compound. Analysts studied every movement: who left, who arrived, who walked in the courtyard. One figure stood out. A tall man, who never left the building, who walked in privacy, and who lived behind walls higher than any other home in the area. They called him the Pacer. The CIA couldn't confirm with 100% certainty that the man was bin Laden, but they believed there was a strong possibility. And after years of searching, this was the closest lead they had ever found. President Barack Obama now faced one of the most difficult decisions of his presidency: approve a mission that might change history, or lead to a global disaster if it went wrong. After intense debate, he gave the order. The operation had a name: Neptune Spear. The responsibility fell to the United States Navy SEALs, specifically, the legendary SEAL Team 6, one of the most elite counterterrorism units in the world. These were soldiers trained for missions no one else could attempt. A full replica of the Abbottabad compound was built on a secret base. For days, then weeks, the SEALs rehearsed every step, landing, entering, clearing rooms, capturing targets, and escaping. Every movement was timed. Every angle was studied. Because in this mission, even one mistake could trigger a fight with local forces, alert Pakistan, or lead to complete failure. To maintain secrecy, only a handful of people were informed. Even many military leaders were unaware of what was coming. The night of May 1, 2011, finally arrived. Two specially modified Black Hawk helicopters lifted off from Afghanistan. Their destination, a quiet neighborhood in Pakistan, where no one knew the world was about to change. As the helicopters entered Pakistan, they flew low, avoiding radar detection. The pilots navigated through darkness, knowing any miscalculation could expose the mission. When the SEALs reached the compound, something unexpected happened. One of the helicopters crashed inside the walls, likely due to unusual air currents and the structure of the courtyard. But the SEALs were trained for the unpredictable. Without hesitation, they continued the operation. They blew through walls, moved room by room, and cleared the building. The compound was chaotic. A firefight broke out with the occupants who resisted. Within minutes, the SEALs moved to the upper floors, where they believed bin Laden was hiding. Inside a bedroom, the mission reached its climax. Osama bin Laden was confronted, and in a moment that would be remembered around the world, he was shot and killed. The SEALs quickly confirmed his identity using facial checks and biometric equipment. The mission wasn't over yet, they still had to escape. They gathered intelligence files, destroyed the damaged helicopter to prevent its technology from falling into the wrong hands, and loaded onto the remaining aircraft. Within 40 minutes of landing, the SEALs lifted off, heading back toward Afghanistan with one of the most high-value targets in history. Back in the United States, intelligence officials watched the entire mission unfold in real time through a secure video feed. When the SEALs confirmed bin Laden's death, a moment of silence filled the room. 10 years of work had finally come to an end.
Tonight,
President Obama addressed the nation, announcing,
but resolute spirit.
"Justice has been done."